What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I have been doing this whole fountain pen slash EDC combo thing, and I think I'm gonna kind of revise that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give you a weekly EDC report. Okay, and it's going to include what fountain pens, basically everything that's on me as we go throughout the week. And because I change it up, right? Like every week, it's a different pocket knife. Sometimes it's a different flashlight. Sometimes it's different, because I like trying all this stuff, and I like, trying different combinations of various things. And most importantly, I added a couple of new things to the rotation and to my routine this week that I'll just give you a brief overview of. We don't need to get deeply into them. If you want me to do another video specifically on them, I'll just tell you what they are. I got two new things from Galen leather because I'm trying a Hobonichi Techo planner for keeping my life organized, and it's pretty awesome. And I have been wanting some sort of more complete EDC wallet. So these things are kind of new, and so we'll get into those in just a minute. I'll just show you a brief overview of them. It's not a full review or anything. I've only had them for a few days, and so I've been using them. But let's go ahead and we'll get you over here, and I'll show you kind of what I've got going this week. All right, so this is my Galen leather A5 binder. We'll get into that, or notebook cover. We'll get into that in a minute, because when we get there, I'll show you the pocket knife and the pen that I'm carrying. But I want to talk about these two new things. So this is the Galen leather EDC wallet. And it is literally just a little wallet. Normally I don't carry it in my pocket. Normally it's in my backpack. So in here, obviously I'm not going to show you all that stuff, but in here is my driver's license and my credit cards and whatever. You can put a few in there. It's got this center flap to protect between whatever, and I threw a Benchmade bug out in there and a SOG power pint. This little, I love this thing, and it fits perfectly in there. It makes it a little heavy, but like I said, I don't usually put it in my pocket. Sometimes I will. I'll put it in my pocket, but most of the time it just lives in my backpack, and I just take the whole thing with me, right? So, but as far as the EDC stuff that I'm always going to have with me, I think it's cool. I can fit the whole thing in my pocket, usually my front pocket. I am not a back pocket guy because I have a bad back, but I really like it, and I like the material that it is. It's gonna really just look crazy over time, like worn and stuff. And you'll also notice here that I finally added to my collection, because Brianna and Leslie already have Kaweco Sports. I got myself a Kaweco Sport with a medium nib, and yeah, I think I've got a Robert Oster ink in there. It's pretty sick. We'll probably do I'm gonna do a pocket pin video coming up pretty soon, but it fits perfect in there. It's got this little elastic thing on the outside. A really super thin pin might not fit, but this one does, and it fits perfect length, goes in my pocket. Absolutely love it. So that's kind of new to the situation, and I really dig this thing. All right, so the other new thing is this is a Hobonichi Techo planner. Now, what this basically is it's a planner that has 1 day per page. And what I'm using this for is basically just lists of stuff that I need to do. This is my to-do list for the day. This is everything, my schedule. I have a doctor's appointment next week, a dentist appointment, when I'm gonna get my hair cut. I also do video planning, so whatever video we're gonna shoot for Monday for the Dylan Talks Tone channel, the video that we're shooting today, so that I can see my layout for the week, when the video is gonna come out versus when the video is gonna be shot. Keeping track of all those things, because it's absolutely, what I'm gonna feed my snake, because he's on a 10-day schedule right now. All those things, this thing is really, really handy. Now the trick is, it's a little thick because it's every day of the year, right? And then behind here, I have this is actually a Lamy notebook. It's really nice. Leslie bought this at Pen Boutique, I think. She's like, hey, we should try these. And it's an A6 because this is an A6 size cover. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing for my planning. I got this at Jet Pens. And then the pen that goes in here with it, it just lives in here all the time, is my Fountain EDC by Big Idea Designs. The reason I chose this pen is because no matter what, you can throw this pen around, you can do whatever you want. It never has dried out on me once. It has never spit ink into the cap once. It has never done anything, and it's been in my pocket for a couple of years. This pen is absolutely, maybe not a couple of years, but a long time. This pen has been really, really used. This is the DLC version. I absolutely love this pen, and it's got an extra fine nib on it, which a lot of people don't like, but I like it because you got to write small sometimes. And writing small in your Hobonichi planner, it's perfect. So that fits right in there like so. And sorry, I'm trying to do this through the camera. I really, really like it. This is a new setup for me, but let me tell you, again, I just throw this in my backpack, and it's been going with me everywhere and every day. And then when I'm at home, I just kind of leave it sitting on the end table so I can refer to it whenever I need to. Also in here is this was a gift from a friend in the United States Space Force. This is a challenge coin, and this was presented to me in a very cool way. So kind of means a lot to me that somebody would give that to me. That's kind of a special thing when they do that. So there's a whole thing about always having this with you. So I keep that guy right in there. I think we're going to save knives for last because, you know, that's the cool part. All right, so this obviously is the thing that I take with me everywhere. Maraman Namasini A5, that's pretty standard. That's going to stay pretty standard. The other thing that's going to stay pretty standard every week is I keep a pocket knife in here. So this is a Microtech UTX 70 in Jade G10, which is just an undyed G10 with an M390 Tonto blade. You know, you got to have the utility of a pocket knife with you all the time. So that just kind of lives right in there. Fits perfect because it's square. All right, now let's talk about the main pens, and we've got a couple of new additions here. So this is an Opus 88 Omar with a medium nib on it. It has TWSBI purple ink in it, and it is an eyedropper. So you take that apart right here and you fill it in here, and it has a huge ink capacity, and I absolutely love writing with this pen. It's pretty awesome. I don't really have it for any reason except for I think it's cool. That's really it. I really like that pen. This pen is you've seen this in videos before. This is my Carolina Pen Company Charleston. This has a fine nib on it, I believe. And I usually keep some sort of blue ink that matches the pen in this pen. This has a new ink by Waringle, I think. I can't remember. We'll swatch it and show you pretty soon in a video coming up, so stay tuned for that. This is a really cool pen. I use it all the time. This is a new addition to the collection. This is a Gravitas Pens Sentry, and this is in micarta. And so it's got a stainless steel section, so it's got some weight to it. It's got a fine nib. I put Lamy Pink Cliff, I think, in this pen. And the thing about this pen is it's going to continue to kind of wear and look cool. I got it because there was a knife that I wanted to match. I have my Chris Reeves Sabenza has this micarta on the handles, and so I wanted to get a pen to eventually, once it wears in, to match that knife. So that's why I got this pen. So it's pretty cool. And then this one is my true standby, my Franklin Christoph number 46 with a medium sig nib on it, the stub italic gradient in Olive. And this has an olive ink in it by Diamine that I really, really love. So There are the pens for the week. Now, let's go down to knives. I always carry two main blades with me, and I always carry a fixed blade. Sometimes it lives in my backpack, sometimes it lives in my pocket. This particular one can live in my pocket. It looks huge, but I figured out a way to carry it in my pocket. It has an Ultra Clip 3 on it. It's got a really nice sheath. I tell you what, let's just pull this thing out and I'll show you what it is. I love, 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 love this knife. This is a Half Face Blades Featherlight. I think that's what they're called. It's S35 VN blade steel. This, you can shave with this knife. This knife is super sharp. It is a 3.5 inch blade. It is, I think, 7.5 inches long total, full grip. But I do keep a fixed blade with me all the time, whether it's in my pocket or in my backpack. Like I said, this is a carbon fiber carved, like sculpted carbon fiber handle. These knives are a little hard to get. If you go to halffaceblades.com, I don't have obviously any kind of affiliate situation with them or anything, but they sell drops every Saturday. And so you have to I put an alarm in my phone when I want one of their knives, and I take it pretty seriously because it's really hard to get. I've got 3 pieces by them and I've got another one on the way. But this, let me tell you, this thing is incredible. They are not inexpensive, but it is an incredible piece. I'm really happy to have it. And he's an ex-Navy SEAL, the guy that runs the company. Got a really neat story out of San Diego, California. Really, really, really cool knife. And I really, really love this thing. And I carry it just about everywhere with me. This is one of my small fixed blades that stay in the rotation. So that is this week. The new hotness to my collection. This is the Spartan Blades William Harsey folder. And this is the SE Relic. This is a aged or flamed or whatever you want to call it, titanium handles. They're bronzed. They have all this laser engraving on them to, look like kind of like a gun stock, more or less, or like, an old rifle, which is really cool. This is a grail piece for me. It has a Magna Cut blade. It has an excellent edge. It's a hard working knife, so you can see it's kind of big and blocky, right? And it is not small. A lot of people complain, people that don't like these knives complain that it's too thick behind the edge. But let me tell you, the edge is so good and you can cut through anything. I mean, it just works. And it's so big, it fits in your hand and you don't have to think about using it. I absolutely love this thing. I am so glad that I was able to finally get one. I ordered this and waited almost a year for it. And I gotta say, this, my Chris Reeve, some of my Half-Face Blades pieces, my Winkler. I mean, I've got some pretty cool knives, but this one's right up there at the top, man. This thing is absolutely incredible. And as I use it, a lot of people would collect this knife and not use it. I'm going to, but you can already see where it's coming in and out of my pocket, how it changes the color of the titanium. I've only had this for a week and a half or something, but I've been carrying it everywhere. And man, I gotta say, it is so cool, man. Yes, I know. It's a lot of stuff to put in pockets, but I love it. Oh, I forgot. My flashlight is the Olight Baton 3. This little guy, he lives in my pocket too. I always have a flashlight with me. I carry a backpack, so it doesn't seem like as much stuff. This right here I carry with me everywhere. I absolutely love this thing. This Galen leather stuff is cool. If you want me to do any kind of deeper dives on any of this stuff or any of the pens or any of the inks, you can definitely let me know. I do like the fact that this has a little strap that comes around the front, keeps it all closed, and yeah, pretty awesome. I actually bought Leslie a purple one of these too. So yeah, absolutely cool, fun. EDC and pens for the week. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you in the next video.